off, but we going, you know what, I shouldn't have slept with them, and I messed up and slept with them again. But it don't even matter because I'm still going. Yeah, you ain't going to hear that on every church. But I'm just saying, I know I put that down. I said I was done with it, but in a moment of weakness, I came back to it. But hey, all you got to do is pray for me, and I'm going to pray for you. Let's pick ourselves up and keep going. So you got to learn how to be in the wilderness. Because when you lie, then things in the wilderness attach themselves to you. So you hear somebody say, if God was that good, why would he put you in this? Then your mind starts to say, you sure all right? Yeah. God, how come every time I feel like I'm getting closer to you, it's when you seem far away. And God is looking down and he's saying, you need to get with somebody else. You know, I don't want to pick on anybody in here, so forgive me. But I did a singles conference, and I was speaking to singles about marrying the right person. And I said, oftentimes in church, what we see women a lot. Then we see women who bring men. We don't see men who bring women. Right. We see women who bring men, and then a lot of men don't want to be at church, right? And so Andy Stanley adopts this theory, and he says, every Sunday morning I tell my leaders, I need you to do this, and this, because I have a special guest coming. Who is his special guest? He says, my special guest is any man who was brought by his woman. Wow. Why? Because this is a kingdom mandate. It is a setup designed by God, because you are the man. You're supposed to bring them and the kids. Yeah. But a lot of times we don't have men who know who they are enough to say, God called me to do this, and if I'm going to lead my family, if I'm going to lead my wife, if we're really going to be prosperous, you know what? I got to just come on with it and be like, you know what? I don't understand all of this, but we're going to church. I don't understand all of this, but we got to give this to God. I don't understand. This is the only way that I can lead you. But the problem is when we get with people who refuse to go where you're trying to go.
Oh my God. Wow.
Then Jesus becomes optional.
Wow.
Church becomes optional based on a connection.
Wow.
Because you remember, not nobody in this room, but you remember when you were single and you was praying for a mate, and then when the mate came, that mate kept you away.
Wow. Right.
Yep. You remember when you was praying for that job, and then when you got the job, it kept you away? A lot of times, based on connection, it alters how we go through wilderness. Man, that's too good. God says not only do some things have to die, but there are some things that won't fall off. There's some things in your life that won't fall off. You can't outrun them. You can't outthink them. You can't shake them. You can't dodge them. They'll only disappear if you cut them.
Wow.
Man.
They'll only come off if you cut them off. Oh, I just said something good.
Wow.
They'll only come off if you. They'll only leave if you cut them off.
Wow.
As long as you're waiting for God to dismember them from you, it ain't gonna happen. He waiting for you to cut them off. And he ain't talking about deleting numbers. He talking about having conversations. You know what? God is not looking for somebody to say, I trust you, Lord, delete. Facebook, I trust you, God, delete. I'm growing in you, God. I don't want to have no friend requests to them. Because I'm so saved and I love you, Lord. And God is not looking, God is looking for. Yeah, so the way that my faith is set up, the way that my purpose is set up, the way that God is doing things in my life right now, man, I would really love to keep this going, but this is not good for me. This is not healthy for me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pray for you and you pray for me, but we have to kill it right here. We got to end it. We can't be friends. We can't hang out. We can't go out. I need to really do me. And you really need to do you, man. I'm praying for you, though. I love you. That's what God is. That's cut off. So you see, only 3 people yelled at that one. Yeah, everybody else want to yell at the delete button. I deleted them. Hey, they was deleted. No, but God is saying, I don't need you to delete. I need you to erase.
You're going too far.
Because because they're still in your mental Rolodex.
Wow.
You know that that number you deleted, but you still know it?
Yeah,
By what?
yeah. By heart. Oh, that's good.
Y'all missed that revelation. You deleted their number, but you still know their number by
Heart.
But the Bible says the heart of a man is wicked, and no man can know it. But you know their number by heart. I need you to get their number out your mind and out.
Yeah. Come on.
I don't know your number by heart. I'm sorry. I don't even know it. So, the reason you have to cut is to make sure not only did you get out of Egypt, but you got to make sure Egypt got out of you.
Yeah. Okay.
You can take the person out the hood, but can't take the hood out the person.
Yeah. Right.
Same concept. You can take people out of Egypt, but you can't take Egypt out of people. Why? Because what did the children of Israel do? They said as soon as they start tripping, they start thinking about Egypt.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't even want to step into that.
Step into it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to time my relationship series the right way. But too many of us, me included, hello lights and walls, I'm not exempt, so I'm putting myself out there. Too many of us, out of fear of the future, keep thinking about Egypt.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
See, he do this, and this,
Yeah.
but he used to.
Yeah.
She cool. I mean, she good and everything. But she used to. I mean, I prayed for this job and I got it. But this job is alright. But the job I just left, I wish I could. If I could take a little bit of this job and this job, I'd have the perfect job. I'm just saying, you have to make sure Egypt is out of you.
Come on now.
So we get to this concept. And I'm 7 minutes over time. I'm about to end right here. We get to this concept, and this concept is, okay, God, I'm going to go through this cutting process because I want to receive the promise.
Yes.
And so you make up in your mind, I'm going to cut. I'm going to go first. I'm going to get it done, and I'm going to do it. I trust you. I can see Canaan. I can see it's flowing with milk and honey. I got to get to the promised land, so I'm going to cut. So what happens is, the Bible says something really great here. It says that they circumcised themselves, and then they stayed in the camp that they were.
Yeah.
Wow.
They stayed in the camp that they were until they were totally healed. What is this talking about? This is why you can't do rebound relationship.
Right.
You have to heal. You have to be done. You have to be over it. You have to be clear-minded and clear-headed before you embark on another journey. Because you're going to see, if you keep reading, that they didn't get to the promised land after the cut. After the cut, they went to war. Because God is saying, this next thing that I have for you is going to require that you fight for it. I know that y'all don't feel that, because what we want is to cut and go to promise. But God is saying, I need you to cut to go to war. Because I can't have nobody in war and they ain't healed. I can't have nobody going to war and you can't fight because you feel pain. And you wake up this morning, I can't fight with y'all because I'm in my feelings. And I can't fight with y'all because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I can't fight with y'all because they made me mad. I really can't pray with you today because I need prayer myself. But God is saying, that's why I need you to cut and then chill until you get healed. So he said, cut, they circumcised themselves, and they stayed in the same camp until they were healed.